Hi guys. Haven't been on for a couple days because I have not been feeling good. Uh, just not so much not feeling good, just so extremely tired. Where I have no energy and I'm sleeping, just actually falling asleep. I have no idea why, but so I see she's made about 6 videos, maybe more. Haven't watched them, so this is going to be a surprise. I'll divide them up so we're not stuck watching her for one like whole hour. Excuse me. Um, yeah. I did manage to work. You know what sucks? Like I'll go in, I do DoorDash, and I'll go put $10, $15 in my tank, and I'll leave here at 8 o'clock in the morning. And Saturdays and Sundays there used to be where I can make 65, $70 working from 8:30 in the morning till 1:30. Can't do that straight anymore because I'm chewy. Because if I'm gone too long, he'll bark, and then I'll get complaints. But anyways, at least working until one, like 8 till 12:31. He's pretty good in his house. He likes sleeping in there. He sleeps in it all the time with the zipper part open so he can go in and out. Um, I put 15, $20 in the tank and I'll make maybe $30. So I'm actually only making 15, $20 a morning. It's like almost worth not going out. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why I'm telling you that. I guess because I have nobody to talk to. So anyway, yeah, let's listen to her. This is from the 30th, so this is from yesterday. And other sites probably already uploaded it, but I haven't heard it, so let's see what she has to say.
Today is July 30th, 2022. I just went to Walmart and then went to go get myself breakfast, the breakfast that all Americans deserve, which is McDonald's, a couple bean burritos, a hash brown,
I didn't know they had that.
a sausage biscuit with some hot sauce like I used to eat when I was a kid, and then a coffee.
I like their big breakfast, not with hot cakes. Just their like scrambled eggs, hash browns, sausage, and then orange juice, or I like their hot cakes and sausage. Either or. I love it.
All the stuff that I wasn't eating for the last few years because I'd gone vegan and was trying to help share my story about how my weight loss and everything and my health and the benefits behind going plant-based. And I realize now in the 8th month of my pregnancy and the rejection from the world around me that there was no reason to try to strive for anything better than I was allotted at birth. And we ate McDonald's and all that trash food growing up, and I tried to avoid what I truly am, which is just trash.
Sorry. If I don't know if you can see them, but I have these little tiny gnats. They're not fruit flies, they're gnats. And I couldn't figure out where they were coming from, but I found out they were coming from my spider plant that I had. As I went to water it, and oh my God, they came out from everywhere. So I waited till they settled, and I threw a plastic bag over it and threw it out. I went and threw it in the dumpster. That's where they were coming from. Because, like, I know what fruit flies are, I know the difference. And yeah, I had to throw the whole thing away, but there's still a couple lingering around.
And I tried to better myself and, getting over 300 pounds and being on pharmaceuticals. And I recommend you just listen to whatever doctors say and whatever, the commercials say and everything like that, because this, the fact that
Doctors
I tried to
don't
get
say
things
eat
like this,
McDonald's.
to try to combat my issues with my mental health, I knew that it helped. I know that it's not going to be good for me to eat any of this trash food, but since I know that no one loves me and no one cares about me and no one cares about this baby, that I'm just going to do for him like I was done, what was done for me. And, and they say that eating fast food, like, oh, it's not that expensive, why don't you just go eat that instead of, trying to get your fancy schmancy, whatever. This was $4. And if I would have had something else to eat along with it, I probably would have made a good $10 meal, as opposed to I spent $10 on this meal, and it doesn't have any nutritional value to it. But that's okay. I have realized now how worthless it was to even attempt to be something that I'm not. Those pretty girls, that's what they get. They get more. They get everything they ever wanted, and they have the resources to go off to school and become doctors and everything, and if they wanted to, but really they just they're busy with their own looks a majority of the time. I'm busy with none of that. I have none of that. I have no actual value to me. I get that. I'm not smart. I'm not pretty. I'm not athletic. I'm not worth anything to anyone. And I realized that, and in not brushing my teeth for a week, not being able to comb my hair right now, not being able to shower and smelling like VO and everything, there's no point in me even trying. There's no point in me even attempting to be something that I'm not, which, I should have known better. I should have known that everybody had seen me that way. And regardless of my journey and losing that 80 pounds in 1 year being vegan, I don't care about the stomach upsets anymore. This is what I'm allotted. This is what I'm given. And that's what I'm going to do, is just have my 3 square meals of fast food a day. And it doesn't really matter what happens to this child, because nobody cared about it anyway.
Everyone else
and that's
but
the
you.
sad part, is that I was trying to hold on to my dignity, to as best I could throughout this, after being raped and even staying celibate for the entire pregnancy, essentially.
So you say.
There's no point in trying those things. There's no point in trying to be better than what you're given at birth. And we're all going to die anyway from something toxic or another, and I might as well just share with him what he's worth, which is nothing. Just like his father proved to me that I wasn't even worth a text message. So
How could you just judge an innocent baby? How can you say an innocent child in your stomach is worthless? He has nothing to do with what happened. There. He has nothing to do with what happened. He's just growing in there. Give it a chance. You're the one that's saying he's worthless. Like
that was rough at first. I cried for many months, thinking that something would happen that would all around, like, fix the situation. But at this far along, there's nothing, absolutely nothing, that could fix the amount of trauma that I've sustained during this pregnancy, and how much he's sustained inside of me during this pregnancy. So I realize now, looking, how stupid I looked going vegan, how stupid I looked, trying to better myself in the fitness goals, and, being away from the gyms. It was stupid of me to think that I could ever be one of you, one of the better off people. So, I hope everybody's having a really good day. I'm having a great day so far. It's approximately 7 a.m. Like I said, I really don't care anymore if this causes me irritation, and if it ends up, I flip out psychologically because of the animal products and the lack of nutrition. That's what they have allotted me in life, and that's all I can afford. So, as much as people try to just say, oh, why don't you just, you're right. I was trying too hard to be something that I'm obviously not. And all of it, my psychologist said that I was smart enough to get a PhD, that I would be able to do that. I'm not smart enough for anything. I'm not. like he said, I'm not smarter than that doorknob over there. I'm not smarter than anybody. You know, give me my coffee and my caffeine. Give me, you know, the lack of nutrition with the eggs and high cholesterol and
Wait a minute. He said she's not smarter than that doorknob over there? I don't think he said that.
you weight gain again. I don't care. It's none of my business what happens to this baby anymore.
Wait a second.
I'm just
Yes, it is. You're carrying it. It is your business.
gonna party hardy as best I can. I don't really believe in drinking, but if I could, I would totally just get drunk at this point too, because it doesn't matter. This child's life never mattered, and they even tried to, you know, give me an appointment to check his heart valves and everything. No one gives a shit about this kid. No one gives a shit about this kid.
Everyone, what the fuck?
If anybody
Everyone except you gave a shit about this baby. Everybody. People have offered to adopt it. There's places you could go. You don't give a shit about this baby. You're the one that doesn't give a shit.
they did, they would offer me a suitable home, and they wouldn't shove me in a fucking homeless shelter, but that's all I've been allotted. So I had to realize that it's the trash that I've been offered in life. There's no reason to strive for more than what you are, and that is just low income waste of space. So I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast now. I hope everybody's having a really good day. I'm obviously not doing the very best, but that's okay. No one cares anyway. I've been reaching out for many months. I've been reaching out for years, since I was 12 in my first suicide attempt, and no one has ever listened to me, ever. And if I do try to talk, then all they do is just violate me and tell me that I'm making it up. So I don't care anymore. You're right. I made it up. I made up the rape. I made up everything. I made up my molestation. I made up everything. I'm worthless. I obviously should get some help, you know, and be locked up forever, because that's all I do is lie and give people a bunch of nonsense because I feel like I'm better than, and you're right. You're absolutely right. Today is July 30th, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin. Negate everything I've said in the past. You don't need to strive for more. You don't need to educate yourself. You don't need to look into anything, because that's not healthy for us. Just listen to the government. Listen to the doctors and everything. And listen to the military men. And when they tell you you're worthless, you're worthless. So everyone have a good day. Bye-bye.
I wonder if any of that shit could be used against her. I'm saying she made everything up. I'm sure some lawyer will throw that in there. Okay, I think this is next.
It is midday on July 30th, 2022. I'm exhausted. I slept over all right, but I was woken, like I was awake every few hours anyway. I haven't been sleeping well regardless. That's why I look like shit. I'm very disappointed in, like my mother. And I've always been really disappointed in how immature she's been. What she does is she'll write messages and she'll send them to whomever is most relevant in my life at that time, like my therapist right now. Instead of discussing her own issues and the fact that she allowed us to get abused and the way that she just sort of negated to step in ever, the way that her temperament was sitting on the couch the entire time during my brother's assault, that's normal for her. So she's in denial of her own faults, and she sends like messages, just paragraphs of things to my psychologist clarifying why I'm in the wrong and she's in the right. And she sent him a video link of some edited video of our content where we were speaking, and I thought that was really hilarious because it just shows her character and shows how immature she truly is. And she said to him, read the comments in the bottom. Now, my mother is a drama queen. She seeks out dramas as much as she possibly can. And my other siblings know this. They just don't state anything to her because they feel like it would damage the situation by calling her out and forcing her to be accountable for her actions. So
It's like you're talking about yourself, not your mom. More like you're talking about yourself.
everybody's just sort of tried to shut up about these issues and didn't want
Guys,
to
don't pass my
convey
legs. I'm
how
so
toxic
excited.
she is and her behaviors because they still loved her as being the mother. And that is just really distorted. I even when Dr. Carol had mentioned right in front of her, you have a dysfunctional family, Gail, and she just sort of was in denial of that. I've already disclosed to her numerous times that it's not me that's the issue, it's the way that she reacts and abuses me constantly. The fact that she even clarified to Dr. Carol that, because he gave me a phone call today, we spoke for nearly an hour and a half, I believe, trying to discuss. He didn't realize that when he deemed me with multiple personality, he was watching videos of what other people had remixed, and that it was other people speaking, and he thought that it was me conveying a completely different voice, and that I was the one pulling apart our sessions and doing these weird hate slander videos toward my life story. And I
Wait a second. Let me get it. He watched videos of her. So other YouTubers were making videos of her and what? Putting in voices? And he saw that and said she has multiple personalities? Is that how I'm understanding that? Hmm. Oh, good therapist.
explained to him, no, all of my videos are just me discussing things, or I capture my reality on video to convey as it is. And that's why he even said, man, your life could be a movie one day because of the way that everyone perceives it and everything. And yeah, it's very toxic. I've had to be forced into these situations and relationships my entire life because my family never sought help. They abused me more for seeking help and trying to seek assistance outside of the family because they didn't believe that speaking up and voicing your opinion to the authorities was ever going to make things right. And I realized that they were actually accurate about that, because when I went and sought help for the rape and when I sought help for the assault, they didn't bother to file anything against those perpetrators, but rather wanted to harass and abuse me more because I also have spoken out against what one of the officers had done to me with forcing me into giving him fellatio in my home.
Jesus Christ. Is there anybody who has not violated or abused her? I mean, this poor woman is walking around from the age of before 12. She has been abused, assaulted, violated, ignored, not believed. How can that happen? How can one woman be so abused throughout her whole life just for speaking the truth?
And also the fact that they didn't file properly when my ex-husband's family physically assaulted me. So, and they took me away in cuffs instead of taking away the real people that had abused the situation and gotten physically violent. And I'm not the type to do so. So I feel like, I just don't understand the world around me. There's a lot of things that are so oddly insane that I can't even begin to describe how much I've been violated, how much nobody has respected my boundaries. Nobody has respected my rights as a human being, and even my constitutional rights in that way of me being able to clarify myself as a victim. Whereas like before, years ago, I knew to shut up because every time I spoke out, I would get reprimanded. And here I am trying to do the same, presuming that my story will be relevant to someone one day, and it will be relevant to the child inside of me and also my daughter and whomever wants to partake in researching the actual facts, the documented proof that I've been clarifying as well on camera with like my affidavit, and not just that, my doctor's records, educational and criminal records that don't actually completely add up properly to what is going on in my reality.
Right,
That's
right,
why I
right.
have these videos, and on YouTube I'm not allowed to post at the moment, so that's why I'm just making these short excerpts so that I can disclose what's going on daily and what my mental state is, because it's very frail. I've been abused and harassed enough, and I feel like I should get a break, but who gets a break? No one really gets a break, and suffering inevitably will bring out the best in somebody or the worst in somebody. And I've done progressively better, aside from like not being able to shower, now having to shower in like a bird in a sink, trying my very best, and I don't feel welcomed at all and on this plane. And that's the sad part, is that I didn't really do anything wrong. I just disclosed what other people had done to me prior, and I'm still getting attacked and harassed as the actual victim. And they're playing these psychological mind games on me as if I'm trying to manipulate or sway anybody into perceiving something that is irrational or inaccurate or just a blatant lie.
But see, you're doing all this stuff. You're manipulating people. You're lying. You're playing the victim. You're doing all this. You're bringing all this on yourself, and you're burning bridges as you go. And look where you are now. You were living with your mom, but you had a fuck up there too. Now where are you? Back in your car with none of your shit. You fucked that up.
I'm not trying to persuade anybody into that, because what I disclose is the truth and facts from my perspective, and I've been violated, and I'm
Again.
forcibly impregnated. I've been forced into homelessness due to my family not caring, and my mother's just wanted to confine me so that her truths don't get exposed, and that's how it is, and it's how it's always been. I try to explain that to people, and I feel very sad. I had to explain to Dr. Carroll as well, because he thought the multiple personality was due to the other people speaking on the video. And I said, no, I haven't edited any of my content. All these people are actually committing copyright infringement, and it's something I could inevitably sue for. And they still continue to make the content, and YouTube doesn't take it down. I suppose any publicity is better than no publicity. And I know exactly that I speak very quickly, but I'm from the north. It's not that I'm on drugs or anything. I just am very competent compared to most, and that's why when I speak so eloquently and articulately about these real life circumstances, and I've used so many of these words accurately, that's why I'm able to manipulate them in a sentencing format to where people can understand and comprehend as best as they can. Some of them are so incompetent, though, that they can't understand. They go toward that negative, and since they can't engage with me on my, intellectual level due to my vocabulary, heightened vocabulary, that's where we can't make it. That's why, the father of this child, the same instance, he didn't comprehend what I was saying, and that's why he forced himself on me.
She just thinks she's so much better, so much smarter than anybody. She's she's better than anybody. And it's just talking to her, listening to her on YouTube or now on Instagram is so irritating. Could you imagine having a one-on-one conversation with her? I'd want to walk away instantly. And she just obviously she's got to make people feel like you're a piece of shit. I don't want anything to do with you. Goodbye. I can't stand her attitude. I cannot stand people like her. And then the more that you listen to her and the more she plays the victim, it's irritating.
in the middle of
Oh,
the night while
just
I was
get the.
sleeping. And I do feel like the dissociative disorder is on point just because I disassociate so often, but I don't alter my personalities. That is not that I get angry. You know, these are different emotions within the same person. It's not other people involved. Although there are some spirits or whatever that I engage with that go in and out of my body, I can't denounce. Some odd things have happened with my life, and it's when I detach to the point of death and detach to the point of knowing that my you know, it's frail, everything. Anyway, July 30th 2022, Leticia Collins Servin.
Okay, there's videos of people playing her and using different voices. I guess I gotta search the internet more. I've never seen anything like that. I bet they're funny as fuck though. I'm not myself here. I'm not getting as angry as I should, or not as I should as I usually do. Hi, here's another
It's
one. This is
later
the
in the
last one on
day on
this book.
July 30th 2022. I spent some time trying to relax in the park, laying out and everything. And then I got myself some lunch, and I'm not sure why I ever thought that I was worth more than a value meal, but that's exactly what I'm worth. Nothing but trash food and everything. I don't know who I was to tell people that your life would get better if you just ate healthy and exercised. It doesn't get better, it gets a lot worse, because then they target you for trying to speak out against their systems, and that's stupid. You
What does it have
know,
anything
it
to do
just,
with anything?
everything's contaminated, and, you know, might as well give this baby what he deserves, which is nothing but a whore of a mother, you know, worth $50 that day that was tossed on the table. So, and then they won't upload my other video. They refuse to upload that, where it's actually articulate and well worded for how terrible I feel. So I just figured might as well offer the child what it deserves, which is nothing but trash. I really don't know why I tried to heighten my standards for those couple years when I was traveling and everything, and wearing dresses that were nice, and I would find them on clearance for, you know, $15 or even a few dollars, and then a bunch of them were stolen from me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I realize now that my worth is not any of those things at all. It's just worth less than the people that have abused me, because I spoke out against them. So, and this is real nutrients. This
She's
is where
making me
you get your
hungry.
real protein, and this is where Americans get their protein.
So is
$5.
it good?
Well worth it.
So what made her suddenly start eating junk food? I mean, not junk food, but fast food. What made her get off her vegan diet and shit? I don't get it because I never once in my life thought that if I start eating healthy and exercise, my life was going to be so much better. I never thought that ever. Um, I know I'm living. I got a roof over my head. I have a car, barely. Um, I have a way to make money if I need to, like tomorrow, if I found out I'm out of dog food, cat food, shampoo, I could go work a couple hours and get that money together to get that. Thank God I got that. I have a family. I'm grateful. Um, but at this point in my life, that's how I'm going to end up living. I'm not blaming on anybody else, but what I chose to do in my past life. That's all my fault. I could have made more of myself, but I didn't. And I am not blaming anybody else but myself, like her. She plays the victim. I don't. I did it.
I don't know what I was thinking to think that I was worth more than this.
I am only worth a
I know I
walk.
was trash. I know I've always been trash.
You could do something about that.
No more vegan food for me. No more vegan food for this baby. That's not what he deserves. He deserves a dollar menu. It's all I can afford.
Shit. That's all you can afford. This shit's
I don't know what I was
expensive.
thinking, to try to afford above my means or try to live above my means.
Where did you get all this? Where'd you get this money all of a sudden? I thought you was broke. I must have missed a lot. That looks so fucking good. The barbecue sauce, not that shit. Miss Kitty, please. Stop.
Must be something wrong with me.
You
I
think?
think I'm more valuable than I actually am. I'm worth $50 or less. So are my children. Worthless.
You're a piece of shit to say that, you know?
That's nice and sweet. I got root beer. Barks root beer. Artificially flavored. Because that's where the nutrients are. That's where the real money is. Make you feel good. Eat something. Okay. There's no reason to think I deserve any more than this. There's vegetables on here. Lettuce and tomato.
There you go.
There's a little avocado on this one. Some kind of Southwest Junior burger. Not gonna lie, it's cold, but I just got it. Oh well. It's not their fault. It's my fault.
There you go.
Everything's always my fault. I realize that now. Trying to be anything above what I've been allotted. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done. It's what got me raped and forced me to have this baby and give it up. No more being vegan. Who am I to tell people about health? I don't have a certificate. I don't have a doctorate.
I tell you what, that vegan teacher, I gotta send this video to her. I watch her flip out.
There's some fat bitch. Lost a bunch of weight and gained a bunch back because she got pregnant because she was being a fucking whore. Selling her body for $50.
There's something about watching people eat on their videos. It annoys me so much. Um, I don't know why. It's just eat and then talk. So don't sit there and keep talking and feeding your face. I hate it.
I don't know why I'm so stupid all the time to think that I care, like, mattered to anybody ever. And I was trying to upload that video. I don't want that shit out there. They want to stop me from actually giving you all the positive parts. It's always just the negative that gets out there first. That's why people are allowed to manipulate my content and get paid to use my image, which is a copyright infringement. And who cares? It doesn't matter. None of the things that I know are actually true. Just like when you try to speak up to the officers, understand that you shouldn't tell the cops anything because they'll turn it back around on you. I told them about the assault told them about shit when I was a kid. Instead of reprimanding the people that did it, they listened to them because they were very good at lying. And I always got in trouble. The same thing with this rape and everything. I don't know what I was thinking to think I was worth anything. I obviously wanted it. I obviously sought it out. And I obviously, wanted to have sex and didn't know it. And
Okay, that's twice. Now she said something on both Instagrams that is not recorded, where the one she just said all the shit about being a lie, even if she's just saying it for whatever reason. Now she's saying it again. And she's also said a couple times about something about whichever one is the father. Now you're fucking yourself up. You're shooting yourself in the foot. God, you're so stupid.
it was my fault entirely. So,
Steve.
uh, I'm so stupid. I really didn't realize, like, they told us in school to call the cops and stuff, but I didn't realize I wasn't worth that. My parents didn't pay enough in taxes. I'm not worth that treatment. Instead, they want to make sure I hurt more because I shouldn't be calling them anymore. I should.
But you know what's sad about what she is saying? That there are kids that do get abused. And whether the mother knows and is turning her head because she doesn't want to believe it or whatever, there are kids that it does happen to. And for some reason, the cops really will, or CPS will come in and not believe it. And that's the sad part. That's really sad. And I just wish there was a way that those kids could really get removed from the house.
Be trying to seek them out to help me. It's nonsense. I'm not worth their time. I'm a value menu item and not worth any more than 25 cents, honestly, probably even less, a penny. So $50 or less, that's for sure. Today's July 30th, 2022. This makes me feel really good too because it tastes good. Yeah,
It
it
looks
must be
good.
healthy. It must be really, really healthy for me. What day is it? July 30th, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin. Everybody have a great weekend. Bye-bye. I'm living in my car with nothing now, so
Yeah, we
just so
know.
you know, and I haven't showered for days and brushed my teeth, and one tooth is like feeling kind of weird. Who cares? I'm not worth anything. I'm not of anybody's, nobody cares. Bye.
So yeah, that's all I'm gonna upload for now, and I'll make another one. I'm not really feeling myself. Hopefully, I'll be better. I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah. So yeah, she did a complete turnaround, didn't she? Eating fast food and being all down on herself. I guess she just fucking realized that she burned a lot of bridges. Now she's left with nothing. She doesn't even have her fucking toothbrush. She can buy food, but she can't buy a toothbrush. You can go to a dollar store and buy a dollar toothbrush, a dollar tube of toothpaste, or something. Fuck, buy some baby wipes and at least wipe yourself up with that. Shit, do something instead of admitting you smell like BO and staying that way. Okay, guys, I am. I'm gonna take a little break here. I don't know why. I'm just getting a really bad headache. I haven't been around people. Most of my deliveries are drive through and drop off on front porch. I'm not really seeing anybody. I don't know what's wrong with me. But so anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna watch the next couple of videos first. Um, and I will see you next video. Bye now.